Welcome to English Binglish Part 2. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's practice listening in English.
Don't waste your time on the wrong person. In a quiet village in the south of England lived an old man named George Miller. He was about 75, tall but thin, with kind blue eyes and white hair like snow. George owned a small bakery at the corner of the village square. Every morning, the smell of warm bread and butter filled the air, and people would stop by just to say hello to him. Everyone liked George. He was gentle, always polite, and full of stories about his younger days. But behind his calm smile was a story of love and pain, a story he never forgot. Many years ago, when George was a young man, he lived in the same village with his parents. He worked as a carpenter, then making chairs and tables for people in the town. He loved his work, but he was a quiet man who did not have many friends. One spring morning, he met a young woman named Lily Harper. She had just moved to the village from London. Lily was beautiful. She had brown hair, green eyes, and a smile that could light up a room. She was confident, funny, and full of life. George fell in love with her the first time he saw her. Every evening after work, he would walk to her house just to see her smile. He helped her with small things, fixing her garden fence, painting her window, and bringing her fresh apples from the market. Lily liked the attention. She liked being cared for. But while George was simple and honest, Lily dreamed of a bigger life. She wanted to live in the city, go to parties, wear fancy clothes, and be around rich people. Still, George tried everything to make her happy. He worked harder, saved money, and even built her a small wooden bench in her garden with her name carved into it. When he gave it to her, she laughed and said, "You are too sweet, George, but don't you ever want more than this boring village?" He smiled softly and said, "You are all I ever wanted." Months passed. George was happier than ever, or so he thought. But slowly Lily began to change. She became distant and cold. She stopped visiting him and started spending more time in the nearby town. George waited every evening by the fence, hoping she would come. Sometimes she didn't come at all. When he asked if something was wrong, she said, "You are worrying too much. I need space." He believed her. He thought maybe she just needed time. But one afternoon, George went to town and saw Lily with another man, a rich man wearing a fine coat. She was laughing, holding his hand. When she saw George, her face went pale. He did not say anything. He just walked away. That evening, Lily came to see him. "I am sorry, George," she said. "You are a good man, but I don't love you anymore. You are too simple. I want something different." Those words broke George's heart, but he didn't beg her to stay. He just nodded and said quietly, "I hope you find what you are looking for." After that day, George left the village. He moved to another small town and started working in a bakery. He baked bread, cakes, and pies, and slowly people came to love his food. Working kept him busy. It helped him heal. Years passed, and George became known as the kind old baker who always had a smile and a story to tell. But deep inside, he carried the memory of Lily, not out of anger, but as a lesson. He never hated her. He just learned that some people are lessons, not forever. One day, a young man named Tom started working in George's bakery. He was 19, full of dreams and full of questions. He liked George and treated him like a grandfather. One evening, after closing the shop, Tom said, Mr. Miller, may I ask you something? There's a girl I like, but she never seems to care. I do everything for her, but she ignores me. Should I keep trying? George looked at him kindly, took off his apron, and sat down beside him. Tom, he said, let me tell you something I learned a long time ago. Don't waste your time on someone who doesn't see your worth. You can give them your time, your heart, and your best years. But if they don't value you, it will never be enough. You can't make someone love you by being good enough. The right person won't need you to prove anything. They will see your heart and stay. Then George poured 2 cups of tea and added softly, love should make you feel safe, not small. If it hurts more than it heals, it's not love. Many years later, George passed away peacefully in his sleep. The whole village came to his funeral. People remembered his kindness, his patience, and the warmth of his bakery. Tom, now a grown man, took over the shop. He kept George's old chair by the window and told everyone the lesson his old friend had taught him. On the wall of the bakery, he hung a small sign that read, True love makes you better, not bitter. Don't waste your time on the wrong person. Love is not about giving everything to someone who gives you nothing. The right person will see your worth without you having to prove it. Don't waste your time on the wrong person. Your time and heart are precious.
Thank you, my dear subscriber, for being here with me. Your support means everything to me. I hope this story touched your heart. Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, keep growing, and never stop believing in the power of consistent daily action. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.